What is up, everybody? Rod J back here with another reaction. Thank you for swinging by to check out another video, and thank you all for hanging in here with the channel as I've been trying to get some more stuff put together. Sorry, it's been a while since I've put something up. I've been kind of crazy working everything. Plus, for some of you that don't know, I actually have other YouTube channels that I actually run, and then other stuff in social media too. So just a pretty hectic schedule. For those of you that do like, drink beer, be of legal age. I have a beer channel that does very well, that if you want to check that out. And I also do some gaming, and I also do the Hip Hop Chronicles, which is another channel as well, where I kind of take a look back at the old school and kind of coming up from that point through hip hop, kind of telling stories around different songs and my experience with them. So if y'all want to check out the Hip Hop Chronicles, make sure to check that out. All of those can be seen on the channel page on the front of it. So just hit to click on it and you can check those out. Also, speaking of checking out, I did start memberships here for the channel. Anybody that wants to become a member, I'm still working on what I'm going to do with it, but there'll be some member priority things, some member streams, some different things along those lines, but you can also check that out there too. Just trying different things. Don't feel obligated like you have to do anything, but I get gas sometimes about different things I'm doing, or maybe like support and all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of a thing you can do there, or you can do super chats and things like that if you want to. Again, no pressure to do that. I like having to do this for fun. I enjoy doing it, so just letting you guys know. For those of you that may be interested, today I'm going to do another reaction, and this is going to be George the Poet and I Need. This is going to be the Maverick Sabre live lounge version. Couldn't talk there for a second. And this was one that was actually requested as well. Finally get a chance to check it out. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm a man on a mission, so I gotta go ham on a vision. I can't risk screwing it up by not doing enough. I know my mum only accepts the rise to fame if I just aim to do good and exercise the brain, so let me contextualize the game. The longer it took to reach emancipation, the more vexed the guys became. So guys obtain lethal weapons like text to rise and aim. Can't get a job, so the connect supplies the cane. Social awareness complexifies the pain, but the size of ego reflects the size of shame.
Already, I'm digging this. I'm liking the wordplay off the bat. I'm liking the intellectual level being shown here. That right there, the social awareness. The more you kind of know, the more you feel the pain of seeing the things that actually happen. I'm digging it thus far, and I'm liking the little orchestra type feel from this version here, doing the live. I like this was taking place here with the instruments, so looking forward to getting through this one.
Now the sisters ain't built like us. They don't sit around and cry over the spilt white stuff like us. They just play their parts. Use their heads but obey their hearts. Yet we endorse and reinforce a sea of forces that actively held them back.
I kind of like that part there too, because I'm going to tell you, the black woman, I don't know if any other group works harder in a lot of the different areas around the world than the black woman. And there are times when, as men hold back as well. The endurance, the strength, the determination that a lot of them have to go through. Yeah.
Actually sell them that, then leave them to raise that baby and hate them. Act crazy and mayhem while the pictures that we paint and rap alienate them.
Wow. Yeah. That's one of the things, you hit on is the point of when rap started to kind of go against women like that, and the different verses we have. And that's one of the things I miss about some of the old school stuff back in the late 80s, early 90s, the uplifting part of it. After the things started to take place in the 90s, you had the whole bitches and hoe mentality, so to speak. And you also have some of that stuff that takes place today, and it's kind of like there should be more of that positive uplifting. And you always wonder, like, when are people going to catch on to that cycle? Like, why do you sit there and still degrade knowing the history in play? So I like what George is tapping into here.
But the same women that calm down the storm in us are the same ones that start outperforming us. And through this liberation process they're caking, but we can't keep up with the progress they're making, so we fall back. Catch more cases, sell more of that, act more racist. A lot of guys would rob me cause I look like them. A lot of black boys are targeted more than shook white men, but not just by them skinheads. I mean they're attacked by their own. A lot of the times the same ones selling crack by their home. Look around, why me? I'm all you have. I'm the one that says fam, they call you chap. We used to kick ball before the hood taught you to only have friends and ends you could walk through. Before you were punching triggers, before you were crunching figures. I call you my G's, they call you a bunch of...
Damn. This is like, I mean, it's pure poetry being laid down here, and it's just well thought out, very inspiring on what he's saying there. He's nailing a lot of good points. Something like this, you have to sit back and just appreciate for a second. And in a way, it makes you want to self-reflect, which is, again, something I'm enjoying about this one. This is some deep stuff. It definitely makes you think.
Nah, you don't care about the names they call us because you're copying the famous ballers that came before us.
And that's one of the things, talking about that I brought up in a past video, is kind of like, what other groups really go out there and denigrate themselves in music? You know, you don't have that with a lot of the other groups. So why are we doing it?
When he's on TV saying he's got more than you, who do you think my man's talking to? Is it the middle class majority or the working class minorities who first saw him through and still support him too? He only talks about your life if he's making it hell. Look, I'm taking your girl and I'm caking as well. But you don't seem to mind, you just give him a blag, give him your Grammy, give him your money for living a lie. Give him a round of applause for being down for the cause that keeps us working on the ground in the stores. Clap for this guy, he's got thousands of broads. Expensive shirts, shoes and trousers of course. No more selling drugs, he don't put his boys into street dangers. He's found a new way to poison complete strangers.
You know, one of the things back when being a DJ at a radio is kind of like, sometimes we would wonder like some of the records that would actually come through the studio that we would play back, again, mid-90s or so, early mid-90s. It's like you started to see a shift taking place, and we started to see things like Public Enemy, X-Clan, Intelligent, Hoodlum, a lot of these other groups that were kind of starting to be tempered down, and then you started getting a rise of other groups that were just out here doing BS and kind of poisoning and taking up the radio airwaves. And it was like, that's one of the reasons I liked the station I was at. We were alternative, so we weren't playing a lot of things that mainstream was, but that was a college station. But once you're outside the college, you're into the mainstream, they force these other ones out there, and it's kind of like, do you realize the poison you're injecting, the stereotypes you're perpetrating? It's some deep stuff. Now, in hip hop, there are some times where you have things, for instance, that are being done to kind of live a story, to try to get through to a point where it's more telling a story than trying to stereotype the story. And I would say something like, say, an Ice Cube, where an Ice Cube would go through some stuff and give you the story as if he's that person in the streets and what they might be going through or dealing with or blah, blah, blah. But there was a point, too, where it was almost like, are you helping or are you hurting type situation. So everything that George is hitting on, this just brings back so much memory in my mind, and just seeing a lot of this.
See, it's funny, he claims that he's from the hood, but he has money and fame, so he's gone for good. Now, if our main problem's economic self-sufficiency, how come the ones that call themselves the richest G's don't shout about support and help to lift the streets? Shout about blowing all this wealth on strippers' fees. Typically, when you need support, it's we the poor you tend to call. So how many of our kids did you send to school?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think about one of the sad things about the death of Nipsey Hussle was he was supporting the community, right? And he got taken out. And you do have artists that do put stuff back in there, but there's some that don't. And it's just like, all these fans are looking up to you and they're all doing these different things, but you're not really reciprocating, although you're trying to tell the story like you're still there, but you're really not. It's interesting. The perspective that George has on this is it's freaking awesome. It's just freaking, I'm almost at a loss for words, just everything he's put into this one song here.
What did you do for the younger G's and worn out dungarees that emerge from hate and crawl out from disease just to witness the toxic fallout hunger breeds? Not one of these mascots for crack spots have given any schools any laptops. You ain't even donated a printer yet. It's like you don't rate people's intellect. This ain't the Stone Age, we got internet. You won't block the public from the truth, cuz you got a budget for the country clubs, budget for the strip clubs, no proper budget for the youth clubs.
I need sunshine, I need angels, I need.
That coming in right there, it's got that nice, soulful, almost reminding me of, and I'm not a religious person, but I do like some of the gospel type songs. And it's kind of got that little gospel type feel to it there as well, with that her voice there. That's a nice added addition to it.
Something good, I need blue skies, I need them old times.
It's like a little gospel with R&B.
I need
Amen.
something good.
See. Sex and violence are facts of life. So is the need to get your stacks to rise. Now I ain't trying to act surprised about the facts of life. I respect real talk about genuine acts of strife. But what I can't respect, no, that's so-called men leading kids straight to the local pen when none of them so much as packs a knife. We're living in a world that don't really care for us. You're from the same place, you're supposed to be there for us. The problem is, man them have forgotten this. Man them make too much money off the rottenness. Man them like to clap when I talk about stopping this. But a lot of this applause is pseudo-populist. No, you don't proper wish to view no stop to this. You wanna get saved like we're living in Metropolis. Cause the idea of getting on top of this is too big a feat, fam. You ain't no chiropodist. Man them claim independence, but their behavior's homogenous. Degrade women cause the wave is misogynist. Love to spud me and tell me that I'm the guy. Let a younger die, then want to cry and wonder why. You wonder why the Forsaken won't get no repentance. Co-defendants and golden pendants are gonna hold a sentence over vengeance. Cause you fuel the politics that control the judge, making it easy for the prosecution to hold a grudge. Racism isn't just abuse or a shoulder budge, it's you convincing most of them that most of us are no more than tiny brains and shiny chains.
Wow. Wow. I just needed to take a break there because I'm just digesting all of that in there. But yeah, he paints one hell of a picture. I mean, he's just like a freaking artist working the canvas right now. I mean, I'm just blown back by it all.
Which I'm calling on you to finally change. Cause making notes ain't enough. I need change.
I need sunshine, I need angels, I need
a break.
something good. I need blue skies, I need them old times, I need
You to care.
something good, something good, something good. Something good, something good. Something good, something good. Something good, something good.
Wow. Where do you go from there with that? Phenomenal. Phenomenal performance. George the Poet, I'm going to have to go back and listen more to it because this is one of those tracks. You listen to it again and again, you pick up different things as you go. But high level, intense, inspirational, thought provoking, you name it, he's pretty much killed it on this one. So big up to him on what he actually did here. Let me know what you guys thought of it by leaving a comment in the comment section. But I'm definitely a fan and would definitely look to check out more of his stuff going forward. Thanks for checking out this video. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Y'all come on back and I'll catch you later. Peace.